Hello, this is Coach Anderson from over at Tidwell, and I wanted to show off a little tool that I made the last couple of days. We got a new student who's from Vietnam who's only been in the country since the 20th, so basically 12 days. And we found it, of course, very difficult to communicate with her. And we could use the Google Apps and the Translate things, but those are still pretty cumbersome because you have to have your cell phone and whatnot. So I decided to figure out how to design a communication tool that we could use with the student while she's in class. And so basically, this is what I came up with. And this is a tool that all of her teachers have, and then she has a copy as well. It's just basically a Google Sheet that is shared among all the people. This is a template of it, but she's got the same thing. And it allows us to communicate very effectively in real time with her. So for example, well, basically the way the structure is, it's just got two little tabs, one for teacher, one for student. Teacher's tab is in English, student's tab is in Vietnamese, so she can understand that. So if she were to come in, I could just type in the box, hello, how are you? And click the little send button. And that's going to run a script that is going to upload my communication log so I can see that at 1:20 today, I sent her this message. What she gets is this message right here, which basically is Vietnamese for hello, how are you? And then in her communication log, it has the Vietnamese and the English as well. So she can learn her English by looking at this right here. So now she wants to respond to me, and so she would say, let's copy this over here. She would respond in Vietnamese with this right here, and then she would hit send. And this is going to send me a message in Vietnamese, but it says right here, I'm doing well, thank you. And I'm like, well, that's great. So I could say, do you have any questions? Send this to her. So she's going to get a message here, which basically says, do you have any questions? And she could say, no, period. I finished. Oops. That would be in English. So I asked her if she had any questions, and she could say, what is the assignment for today? That would be a good question for her to ask. And so she would type this in here and then hit send. And then, of course, I get right here, what is the assignment for today? And of course, this is translation, so mission, I might have to kind of think, all right, what is mission? But I'd probably figure that out pretty good. We are reading the chapter and finishing the questions from yesterday. Okay, and then I hit submit, and then that sends it to her. And there we go, that's her translation. So basically, it's a really good way of communicating, and we tried it out today, worked pretty good. And I've got a French student that I made one for as well. And of course, we're gonna make one for the Spanish students also. But loving this handy dandy tool. Take care.